So I just want to also thank the Korean government. The funding we have comes from the Korean government. And we work closely with the government, with KOICA, and they have an office in Kathmandu, where I lived for a year and a half, and we work, and they're very interested in this project. They will follow it quite closely, and the deputy director is our contact, and I'm for sure she will be visiting also here. So I also mention this because I'm reading a book about Korea, and we are not to talk about Korea, but Korea was a very poor country 50 years ago. It's very interesting to learn from countries how they move forward and create economic development and green jobs. So these were just some general comments, and then I would just say a few things on behalf of myself and the team. And I want to thank the team for making this hopefully a very good event. So a little bit about the agricultural sector and agribusinesses. I'm sure I don't need to tell you that agriculture is very essential for growth and for jobs and for reducing poverty in Nepal. But it bears repeating that this is a very important sector, and particularly in Pradesh province, as you all know. And it's a big employer. Lots of people are employed in the sector, and it will continue like this for a long time. So we will try to do our best to strengthen this employment generation and creating more incomes. However, there are problems, and we have some new problems that deal with climate change, which is, as you know, an unwelcome challenge because it can mean difficult surprises in terms of rainfall and heat waves and related issues, floodings and so forth, which I know you are very familiar with. The bad news, this is not going to go away anytime soon. So we need to do something about it. And it's not fair, and it shouldn't be like this, but we need to find some solutions. So it's in the context of climate change we would like to add how we can prepare for this. And if there's some opportunities, and there sometimes are opportunities, we should find the opportunities too. But the fact is that farmers need more support in order to deal with these changes in the weather. And there are things that can be done that are not very expensive or necessarily very complicated or very risky. And we want to be as practical as we can. This is not an experiment. This is real jobs and it's real income that we are dealing with here. But there are things that can be done, and we would like to help you also because we have experience from other countries with these issues. So the Challenge Fund is the topic of today, and we will hear much more about it. We have gotten around 1.5 million US dollars from Korea, which we can use to create more jobs. The fund is the instrument for disbursements or for payments of these funds. So we will explain today how this will be organized. It will support small and micro enterprises that are involved in agriculture, not in other sectors. We are not in infrastructure or education. These are also important issues, but we are focusing on agriculture. And we are interested in the process from the farm to the market, the so-called value chain. Because sometimes, as you know, there's a good product, but it never gets to the consumer. We need to make sure this does not continue to be a problem. And we want to see more jobs for young people, which are the future of the country, for women, and many, particularly young men who have returned to the Terai and are looking for jobs. So this is a really wonderful event, because we've been preparing for this for a long time. So now we will hopefully make clear what this fund, how it will operate. You might have experience from other challenge funds, and we have some very experienced government officials here who will help us make sure that it works as intended. So no more words from me. As I said, we are really happy to see there are so many people. We hope there will be even more next time. I think I counted that we have maybe close to 100 people today, 80, 90 people. So thank you again, and please contribute, but also ask questions. If something is not clear, this is important that you tell us. And if something can be improved, we don't get annoyed or offended, because we might need to think about how we do the job in the best possible way. So thank you very much.